Go. Scrum Show. Do. Hey, we're live. It's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. Hope you're doing okay. It is what? Wednesday? I guess it is Wednesday. It is Wednesday. I got a busy day today. Got a lot of stuff to do. I was just sharing, this is the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. And here we talk about Agile and Scrum in a practical and tactical way. So you can get home to your family and friends, have some fun, make some more business money, do more profit. I don't know about profit, but anyway, try to get more done so you can get home without working a lot of hours and have some fun. And every once in a while, stuff like this pops up. I was just showing this on the entry page for those in the podcast world. And this is episode 170. I'm just showing a little Lego truck my son got for Christmas. He wanted me to show it, so I figured I'd show it. This is a little space shuttle on the back of a tractor trailer. But what was interesting about it, and we got a couple topics to talk about. I think I just broke it again. Every time I touch this thing, I break it. That's not good. I broke the wheels. He's gonna be like, "Dad, you broke it." No, I didn't. Anyway, so what's cool about it is that we talk about being Scrum Masters and Agile coaches and doing things, and the biggest thing you have to do as a Scrum Master is resist the desire to show people or do things for other people. Same as an Agile coach. You want to coach them, but you don't want to do it for them. You want them to understand it and understand why and what they're doing. And you just highlight, so they remind, a lot of times it's just us reminding them why they're what they're doing. And what I find interesting and what was cool about this, remember I broke this the other day and it wasn't fitting. So rather than me fix it, my son was showing me how to fix it. I didn't stop him. I wanted him to enjoy, here's how it works, Dad. Here's what you do. You put this here, and he figured it out himself. I didn't show him how to do it. He figured out how to fix it. So two reasons I want to show it. I just want to talk about the idea is that we don't do the work for them. We help them realize that they can do it themselves, and they can show it and demonstrate to the crowd, right? And to the rest of the organization. Anyway, I should be careful and break the thing again. Anyway, so that's why I was just sharing that. And plus, he wanted me to put it on the YouTube channel, so got to do that because every once in a while he watches. So I posted up a link the other day because I was, you're always trying to grow in what you do. And I'm going to talk about two things today. There's a Gary V episode that I posted, and I'm going to also talk a little bit of what I think of practical Agile versus ideal Agile and ideal world, and what a lot of times you can do. And I find an interesting difference, which, it depends where you're at. So Gary V had an episode, and I posted up on the LinkedIn site, and I shared it. I think I liked it on the YouTube channel too. And he was talking about different things, and it was all about his world is the marketing world, right? But it was interesting. The whole conversation he had was all Agile. He talked about all things, but a great deal of it was very Agile thinking, like very Agile mindset. And I'm listening to that, the video. I'm like, wow. I said, I got to share this with the Agile people. And there's not a lot of cursing in it, so you can listen to it. It won't blow your mind. It was actually very calm, which I was surprised. So it proves he can do things without cursing all the time. But a couple points he made up were very Agile. One, he talked about people and personalities versus the bottom line and having people gel. And we talk about that all the time in Agile, getting teams to work together. But he talks about the ability to adapt and take advantage of the situation. He did spikes with his voice department, where some people thought I wasn't making money, but he wasn't spending a lot of money because he's realistic about it because it hasn't matured right. But in the voice, like the audio AR department, or the voice, like the Amazon type thing for marketing, they do little spikes here and there just to see how it's going and check in. So he's right. I love doing those things. So just see how the market's going. He tests them out. Doesn't spend a lot of money, but does these spikes to get an idea how things are going to work, because he doesn't know how it's really going to work yet. And then, the speed, here's one of the favorite quotes I liked about the speed to adjust to what the consumer has done. And I was thinking about that yesterday, and I was thinking about more this morning as I was getting ready for the show. The speed, the ability to adjust to what the consumer is doing. To be able to do what he just said, you cannot do it with a waterfall program. Not going to happen. You can't have this long, drawn-out process. You really need an Agile Scrum team. And that's, I think, where Scrum plays a big role. If your company wants to be able to adjust to what the consumer is doing, you got to do Scrum. I would do Scrum, not Kanban, but I have different reasons why I do Scrum and Kanban. The Scrum, I like the idea of a lot of people talking about it and getting to ideas faster and maybe more robust system. In a Scrum team where you're working together. In an optimal one, we're going to talk about the optimal in a second. But that's what an optimal Scrum team is, right? You get a lot of ideas, different perspectives, how to come up with a solution, delivering that, turning that solution and delivering it to the customer in a pretty rapid fashion based on what the customer is doing, adapting to what the customer is doing. You can't do that in Waterfall. Waterfall is not designed to do that. Waterfall is a very drawn out, methodical approach to delivering stuff, and it takes a while. You can only do that with Scrum or an Agile type product. So that I just want to say, when you listen to this guy talk about it, it's very interesting. Listen to people outside the IT world, though he's doing IT stuff, very reminiscent of an Agile mindset on how to adapt to the customer. So again, think about, ask your question. If your company wants to adjust to what the consumer has done, you have to implement an Agile type product or Agile process methodology to be able to do that. So that was the Gary Vee video I posted up there for you. But it wasn't the video I was talking about the other day. This is a new one I was watching just yesterday. And then I wanted to talk about the practical, which we talk about here, versus the optimal, right? And I'm not saying practical is a little a, big A. When you do Scrum, you do Scrum. You do every ceremony, you do it how it's supposed to be done. That is a given, right? But then there's a practical world and an optimal world. Of course, in every book, co-location is the best way to go, right? Because you can react. But even if you collate, if you're not building a good cohesive team, co-location ain't going to do it too, right? But I had a discussion yesterday about offshore distributed teams and everything. And I brought up a question, well, why do you want to do distributed team? And some of the reaction, I guess I was doing too much coaching, and I guess I asked the question, and they just went, try to give me an answer. So you can pick up on when people don't think I know why. I just want to make sure that everybody in the room knows why we're doing what we're doing. So then we're not kidding ourselves when we come up with a solution or propose something. Like if you're going to, and what I saw going on was they wanted to propose a solution, and maybe some people are watching this, but they wanted to propose a solution that I don't think is going to fly. It's the best solution that there could be, but it's not the best solution, nor the implementable solution in the way the organization's set up in a rapid fashion. Their solution, yeah, it's a 2-year process to get there, and it ain't gonna happen overnight. So yes, it's the way that you want to be and how you want to operate, but where they are now and where they're going to be, it ain't going to happen overnight. And then my question is, what do you want to achieve? And when do you want to achieve it, right? What's your turnaround time? Are you looking for a quick fix? Or are you looking for something to change the way the organization theoretically runs? It depends how much power you have and do you control the money. If you don't, you're screwed. It ain't gonna happen. So that's why we talk about practical stuff for some of this theoretical stuff. There's a lot of people that talk about theoretical. Best opportunity, like if you have an offshore team, build a little Scrum team offshore. Have them all together in one room, have their own Scrum Master and all that. Be great. It's just like having a team in the States. It's the same idea. If you want to save money and you can do that, fine. How you interact with the other teams is another question. But if you don't have that and you're just supplementing teams and you have distributed teams based, just some people overseas, some people onshore to give you more of a 24-hour based model, you're not going to get all that. But I just wanted to let you all know, you got to think about when you implement Agile, and again, all the ceremonies in Scrum, you do, right? The positions, the roles, what's in the Scrum guide, you do. So that's Agile or Scrum. It's not like, hey, so it's not like, oh, we'll do daily stand up, but we're not going to do the sprint planning, or we're going to do the sprint planning, but we're not going to do the demo, or we're gonna do the demo, but we're not going to do the retrospective, and we're not going to do the retrospective. Oh, we'll just do sprint planning. We're not retrospective to get better. That's junk. That doesn't help you get where you really want to be. The idea is to improve performance. Without the retrospective, you can't get that. Without getting the demos, we've talked about what you get. But I just wanted to share that with you, and I'll give you one other little story about that, the practical. So I heard a story from one of my Scrum people, one of the teachers, trainers, one time told a story about a company was helping, where over in India, they had an organization, they're building up Scrum team. And the Scrum Master over there decided that they needed a team room for their team. So the Scrum Master went into the Vice President's office. We need to take your office because we need a room so we can have daily Scrum. We need to kick you out of the office. And it's like, you don't do that. I mean, a real Vice President. You don't do that to a VP of the company and say, we need your room. You got to get out so we can do daily Scrum. That's not practical, right? That's ideal that you would have a room to do your daily Scrum, but that may not be practical. You don't go pushing people out. That's not practical sense, right? That's ideal world and a fairy, vision world. You have to help your team as best you can. You may need to request a room, but you can't just go in and kick them out. So that's the difference between ideal, where you kick the person out, and practical is we'll find a couple places, we'll put a phone up, and we'll have our daily Scrums or do what we got to do in an area, and everybody's just going to have to deal with it, right? Maybe you find a corner. Maybe even better, leave the office, find a little couch area, and have a daily Scrum out there. That would be even better. Get them air. More teams should do that. I should get teams, but they're all remote. But it'd be good, nice if you could do that. But if you are co-located, then go to the lobby area, find a couple couches, and do a daily Scrum. That would be even better, right? But anyway, it's compromise on what you can. So anyway, I'm going to let you go with that. And I don't know. It's a new day, new world. Lots of stuff going on. I hope you're all going to have good today. I'm going to have to be busy. Please like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Hit the little bell. Got a little Philadelphia Liberty Bell. And you all take care and have fun. And please message me with comments, questions, thoughts. I think I'm going to do my great-grandmother's diploma tomorrow. I'll share that with you all tomorrow, not today. Get ready for a trip. And with that, thumbs up. Take care. Have a happy day. Happy scrumming. Have fun. Bye. See ya.